Well, hello, everybody. My turtles, my snowflakes, my no matter what club members, my Goldilocks. There's an ant right there. Anyway, welcome. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. And here, a lot like Amy Berger, we take the crazy out of keto. We take the, we take the structured and disciplined and no deprivation. We take all of those things and we jumble it up and I'm not perfect. I don't have a halo that is shiny with Brasso every single day. I just do my food plan. If there's something that I'd like, I have it. To me, for me and my program, the clean fasting, meaning just black coffee and mineral water or regular water with no flavorings or additives or sweeteners or anything, just black coffee and mineral water are what I have when I'm not chewing, right, Kim? And then what I have at my OMAD meal, my feast, I don't open my window and have 6 hours of eating. I have my OMAD meal, and then that's it. And I clean fast, intermittent fast to the next day, and then I do it again. And to me, that has been just added to the keto foods that I usually choose to be what works for me, the OMAD. It may not be for everybody. And if you're getting the results you want, doing what you want that's different, put it below and tell us about your success. I'm just talking about what's worked for this old broad at 71. Now today, in my Joy Jolt double walled coffee, actually it's an Irish coffee mug. That's how they bill it, but I'm having the last of the Lavazza organic coffee right now. I know, who knew? I'll be back to the chameleon, dark and handsome in no time. So, anyway, I've been, you know how I run in like waves of like what I'm into. This particular one is Mark Schatzner, I think is how you say it. And he had the book out a few years ago, which was really cool, The Dorito Effect. And it was all about how the people put the chemicals in all the food. I mean, think of a Dorito, right? Is there any part that's food versus, real versus chemical? I don't think so. And so this new book, The End of Craving, he says it's kind of an extension of the Dorito effect. So it's the end of craving. And it's so true that once you get, addicted to processed foods, be it sweet, savory, just the crunch, the salt, all of it, the chemicals, once you get addicted to those, woo, undoing it all is incredible. And I know in my own food journey, being addicted to those chemicals and what it does to you. It doesn't even matter what the original substance of the food was. By the time everybody gets done with adding and, just think of the things that it's doing to your bodies and think of, I think of young women in their reproductive ages and what they're eating and what they have. And I just, it's absolutely amazing that doctors don't really deal with what people eat in part of their treatment. It's so amazing to me, right? Somebody's got this and that and they're young and the doctor says this shouldn't be happening to you. He doesn't say, are you, living on nothing but diet sodas and, baked lays? I mean, well, I'm pregnant and I'm just craving the salt. And it's like, God, that poor little baby. That baby wants something like, I don't know, maybe a salad, maybe some good veggies, some organic raspberries. I don't know, just saying. And anyway, none of my business what anybody else eats, as long as it's working for you. But if you're in that place of just that awful cycle of eating processed foods, even processed keto foods, read the ingredients on that. Yeah, it might it might be made with almond flour, But by the time they get done with all of the, the healthy alternative sweeteners, I'm not talking like the chemical sweeteners, I'm talking about the monk fruit and the erythritol and all those sort of things. Do you know what it could be doing to your body? I'm not saying it because I know and I'm keeping it a secret. I'm just saying, we don't know. I mean, who's testing what long-term use out of some of these processed keto foods is doing to us? It Some of them have junk in them too, and we know that. And I remember at the beginning of the whole keto trend how they talked about all of this, the keto junk food, and it's out there. And I mean, you've heard me talk about health bars, or whatever those bars are. I call them candy bars with wigs. And they're still huge, huge. I mean, I stock them at the store when I'm not busy with an order, and it's like there's all kinds of stuff in those too. And if they work for you, that's great. If they save you and your appetite, and you're losing or you're staying steady, good for you. But if they're not, look at them. I'm just saying. So anyway, he mentioned something. I'm not a reader anymore. My eyes just are just, they just can't see something. Maybe if I got it in large print, but I really don't have the time to read. So I do a lot of YouTube videos. So I'm listening to Mark being interviewed all over YouTube, and it's great. And, I just put his name in the search, and then all of the interviews come up. That's how I do it. I also go to Amazon and I read the book reviews too to see what they're saying. But it's just very, very interesting, and it's also personal, like I hope it is for you too. As you read or you hear him talk, you realize, what part added to, created, built on your addiction to certain types of food that get you into trouble or got you into trouble. I'm an overeater, so I can eat too much of the good stuff and I can eat too much of the bad stuff, right? So I don't have any, my tongue, what it wants is what it wants. And so I know that if I'm eating a prime rib, I can overeat a prime rib. When they talk about the fat and the beef and this and that, and they say, you can't overeat beef, your body will send because of the protein. And it's like, that didn't happen to me either. You give me a fatty prime rib, I'm in heaven, right? So Mark, in his interviews, is talking about the volcanic desire. Wow, that rang a bell with me. I am familiar with volcanic desire in the things that I probably shouldn't be having, at least in the amount that I think is okay, right? Volcanic desire. So as I listen to more and more of him, I become aware of what it is that my palate and my head work on to get me in trouble, if it does. And so it's just one more layer of the food recovery that I've been fortunate to go through, and I know that some of you have too. Some of us just don't trust, diving into the history of our food recovery, and we just stick to, this is what works. I'm having it 4 days in a row. It doesn't bother me. It's like one and done, repeat, one and done, repeat. I'm just going to make that same meal. It's safe. I'm covered. It keeps me sane. It keeps me abstinent. It keeps me sober with what works for me. And that is a great place to be if you don't mind being that way. I know that I could have the same thing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, not get sick of it. But the man that I'm married to, no, he can't do 2 days in a row. And so, although he did with this ham that we had, but that was definitely an anomaly. Ooh, that's a fun word. So, I do have to change it up daily just to keep him happy. And I like keeping him happy with what I cook and how we eat. So that's my deal here. I'm into Mark right now. I'm listening to interviews of the Dorito Effect, which are older, and I'm listening to new interviews with the End of Craving, which is fascinating. And I'm realizing that I can be addicted to the taste of something that is a chemical taste. It's not even a natural taste. And so when I have something as simple as like a hamburger patty, maybe with a pat of ghee on it, and my salad with the baby butter lettuce and the baby Bella mushrooms, that is a nice, safe keto place for me to be. Maybe another side veggie, like I got some organic baby broccoli at Whole Foods. I loved it. Greg, it was too tough for him to chew. He didn't like it. I loved it, so I got to have his. And things like that just work. No chemicals, no other things. And I do have the other things on occasion, as most of you know. But understanding that food in its natural, as unprocessed as possible, is indeed what works for me. The avocado oil on the dressing, it's perfect. I love it. And so I think that's Mark's message to us. The more unprocessed real foods that you can have, the craving part might go away. The craving part is at bay. The craving part is tamped down. And that is something that works for me in my food recovery because I'm a food addict, a carb addict, sugar addict. And now I can see that I can be a, chemical additive addict and like what they're doing in those labs. My tongue says, yeah, give me more. And it's probably screwing up my brain, screwing up my gut, all that kind of stuff. So that's just a new chapter in what we're doing here. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. Just still trying to get it right a day at a time with keto, and that's what works for me. OMAD, clean, intermittent fasting, and keto. That is my recipe for success. And it's my stupid, dumb decisions that get me into trouble when I veer off the road from that. But staying on track is what I want to do in 2022. Thanks for watching. I'll see you here the next time. Bye-bye for now.